What is correct, and everyone? This is Renelzy coming back at you with another Honkai Star video, and today I figured we would be talking about Anomaly Arbitration and whether or not maybe I should be giving Jades. But before we get into that, please do not forget to leave a like, comment, and subscribe before, so we can keep going the channel, and let us get right into it. So, first off, rewards. I guess we'll just count together, right? So, Lone Stardust, we got 300... We got 1,200. And then we have 3 self-modeling resin, which can turn into a appearance dice. So overall 1,200 Lone Stardust, the interference dice, and then basically a... what's the dice called technically? The variable dice. Which, this is a good amount of rewards, I'm not gonna lie. It's definitely worth doing Anomaly Arbitration if you have it. However, the problem, right? I mean, this is mostly a problem with me personally, because I'm still a new player. I don't have a lot of the good relics or investments that maybe I should have. But, something I want to ask you guys. Do you guys think that we should actually be getting Jades for this? And then I'll give maybe some reasoning in a little bit, but... my thought process here is all the endgame mobs do give Jades. Yes, it does really suck if you aren't able to get all of the Jades for a certain mode, but the way endgame tends to work is if you don't get a 3-star clear, you miss out on 80 Jade, which is honestly, that's half of a single. You're not even missing out on a single. So then the question goes, is it really that big a deal? Should this be giving Jades? Or is the fact that Anomaly Arbitration requires 3 teams and then maybe even some investments on top of that, is that too much? Because another thing is a lot of you guys, I presume, just E0, maybe S1 all the teams, which, if that's how you play, that's how you play, right? I'm not going to stop you. A lot of how this game works as well is you invest in the new team and you know what? You're going to be doing pretty good for yourself, especially if you're a free-to-play player, right? But if you're playing intelligently, and I'm not saying you're playing dumb by picking up every single team, right? I mean, I'm doing the same the same crap, right? Like, we have Mono Remembrance. We don't have Evernight, but that's not the point. We're gonna go into Elation, because that's the new hotness. We have Super Break. I'm working on Dot. Well, I will be soon. I have Herda. We have Archer. We might go into Face Shower Boot Hill. And then we have a bunch of the other crit APSs. My point is, we have a lot of these teams. And if this is how you play, that's completely fine, because I do the same thing, right? But if you want to be smart with your pulls, it is optimal to invest into certain teams, and then this varies case by case, of course, but I guess we'll just use the Super Break team that we have here as an example. So let me just find Firefly really quickly. The best Eidolons to build on a Firefly team... I mean, okay, first off, yeah, I think you should get E1 for her, because not needing to worry about spamming skill and just doing it is really nice. Dahlia, I mean, we don't need Eidolons for Dahlia at this point. She just came out. She's still really good. E2, though. E2 is going to be really good. I mean, I guess it's just in general for most modern characters. Getting E2 is generally a good idea. And then for Super Break, honestly, I kind of feel like Dahlia E2 means more than an E2 Fugue, right? E2 Fugue is freaking awesome, right? As well, but I still feel like Dahlia tends to do more for the team nowadays than Fugue. I mean, yes, maybe this is a little unfair to Fugue because she's older, but that's kind of just how it goes. And then if you're running Sustainless, I don't know, maybe you just run a Ruan Maid, depending on the situation. But generally speaking, vertical investment is pretty much almost always a good idea. There are situations like Acheron, at least, again, I'm just going by word of mouth with this one. Supposedly she's not good vertically invested anymore. I mean, it's very case-by-case basis, of course. Really depends on the teams. But, let's just start this run real quick. Well, we're going to run Elation with just Sparksy. So, my point is, vertical investing is a very good idea. And Anomaly Arbitration very much wants you to do this. So is it such a bad thing that Anomaly Arbitration gives Jades? You guys are gonna have to let me know your ideas. But I feel like it having Jades would be a good idea. Maybe they should do the thing though where instead of it being maybe limit it to like 6 stars, so you just get 6 stars. Kind of like this is a good way to put it. For those of you that play Zenless, Deadly Assault. You can get 6 stars and you get all of the material, you know, summon material there, so all the polychromes. It could be, they could make an Anomaly Arbitration like that, because you also need 3 teams for Deadly Assault. But you only need to get 6 stars, and then in this case, you could have it be 6-star the Knights, which I feel like most of us can probably do that at this point, right? So they could do something like that, but the question is, would you guys like it if they did something in the vein of that? That's my question. Because, I mean, I feel like an arbitration is really fun. It just depends on whether or not you have the teams that are being... I guess the problem with Anomaly Arbitration really is the shilling. Like right now, Elation's obviously the best for this. Like very clearly, it's the best. But this is a very Hoyo thing, is they're gonna have the shilling whether you like it or not. So maybe what they need to do is balance Anomaly Arbitration a little better. That's something they could do. I am kind of liking the idea of them potentially doing Jades, because more Jades is good, and we're going to assume for this argument that for whatever reason this is just more Jades being added on, and there's no worries about, oh, are we losing Jades elsewhere? No, we're just getting another, I don't know, 800 Jades, because that seems to be common. Would you guys like 800 Jades being added on for getting a 6-star clear on the Knights? So, you know, anyway you get 6 stars, so maybe 3-star, 2-star, 1-star if you don't have the optimal teams, or maybe something else. I think it would be an interesting idea. I just don't know if it would really go over well, because Anomaly Arbitration is pretty hard. And I'm especially as a free-to-play, I'm sure it's a little more difficult, right? Like, this is pretty much a free-to-play team I'm running with Sparksy right now, and we're still not past the first part. So, I don't know. Y'all let me know. I do think it would be an interesting... It's an interesting idea to bring up, though. Because, honestly, it is a really fun mod. I enjoy it. It's also nice to test the limits of your characters as well. That's another reason I'm very much a proprietor of Anomaly Arbitration. I do think if they do that, though, they might need to make more general shilling. Or maybe they let you do something like... I believe it's... not Anomaly Arbitration. What am I thinking of? APOC? They could probably do something like APOC, where you get to pick one of the buffs that you might do. Maybe it overlaps a little bit, but it does make the situation a little better. Makes less shilling, you know, and then maybe the shilling is only on the actual boss themselves, as opposed to them just worrying about the knights. I'm not quite sure how that would work out, but I'm sure it would go over... I'm sure some people see Jades and are like, oh, more Jades? Yeah. Hey, that's where my mind is. I mean, Sparky's not doing too shabby. We're almost clear of this. I don't know if we're gonna 3-star though. I'd love to. But I think that's around everything I have to say. So I guess we'll just start focusing on the run right now. But if you guys agree or disagree, do let me know why you think Anomaly Arbitration should keep not giving us Jades, or maybe why it should give us Jades. Okay. Yeah, that's pretty much all I... Alright, so we'll start focusing on this run now that... all I had to say there. I haven't 3-starred the... Yeah, no, I haven't 3-starred this yet, so I figure we might as well try with Sparksy. I wanted to try this out as well, so maybe it's a little 2-in-1. At least I missed enough damage. Okay. I mean, mean, obviously this Sexy team can definitely be better, but... yeah, let's do it. 8 skill points, 6%. Yeah, I don't know if we're gonna be able to do... Yeah, I don't know. Could also just be my relics as well. I'm pretty sure you guys have seen them before. They're not not really that good. We'll get there though. I do feel like this Anomaly Arbitration is a little more difficult though. Oh great, we don't have... I probably should have saved skill points there. Oh great, 2 skill points, my favorite. Okay. Alright, we got 22 punchline for this. Yeah, there goes our 3-star. Oh well. Maybe if we had Yao Guang, this would have been better. I was kind of half paying attention before we started actually looking at... Or I started playing. Alright, surely we're about to be done with this, right? No way, 30... That sucks. Okay. Yeah, I don't even know. This might actually be a 1-star clear, I'm not gonna lie. This is, not really going that well. We're not getting the freaking refreshes either. Yeah, definitely solo Sparksy. Like, it's a decent team, but I'm not gonna act like this is a team that really is gonna be able to challenge endgame. At least Anomaly Arbitration. I think it's maybe a little bit above this team's pay grade. That or my relics are really holding the team back this much. I'm not quite sure which one it is. Surely this is 8%, right? Cool. Yeah, we are not clearing this. I mean, I definitely see the lack of Yao Guang on this team, right? Makes sense, but it... Yeah. Okay, I need to check. Do we have Cypher? Probably not, right? No, we don't. Okay. We have a boatload of skill points, but... Yeah, we have 6 stocked up. Okay. Alright, let's do everything. 14 should be enough, is what I would say. Damn, okay. Yeah, the lack of Yao Guang on this team really is felt. I mean... Okay. Yeah, this this run is something. It's not like this is a bad build for Sparksy herself either. I've got a decent build on her. Her stats. Like, this build's not bad. But, not really doing enough. Good on a 5. Okay, good. Yeah, not a big fan of the way I have the team set up right now, I'm not gonna lie. Easily could be relics though, like I just mentioned. Considering it's a free-to-play team though, just being able to clear the boss, I think, you know, not too shabby. Sure. Okay. Yeah, it's certainly something. We're not getting a lot of punchline for this either. That's probably one of the reasons she's not really doing too amazingly. Aha is really helping us a lot here. Let's do this one. Nine points. Should get the side guys preferably. We did. Yeah. Okay. I am curious to see what Elation MC does to this team, though. I think we're gonna figure that out once that happens. Alright, we're gonna burn everything since we should get our skill points back anyway. 10. Alright, cool. He thinks this stuff's funny. Okay, the second that's going a lot faster. Probably because of Cypher, honestly. I mean, okay, that's another thing. This team is fully E0, S0, and then... what else was I going to say? It's full E0, S0, and this is a free-to-play team, honestly. You just need to get Sparksy, and then... Maybe it's not doing amazing here, but I mean, this can clear endgame. I'm sure this team will be even better once I actually, you know, have builds that, you know, function properly, because I don't. But we did it. It did it. The team cleared. I'll let you guys crunch the builds in a second again, but clear's a clear. Yeah, that was worse than last time. I should have just tried Firefly again. Whatever. I'm sure Yaoguang would have been the key there, but it was not. Alright, so I'll show the builds. Not that this is gonna be anything amazing. Like I said, it's full E0, S0, so... lot to... potentially do better on. That's another thing. I forgot again to freaking put DDD. I'm sure we would have had at least another cycle left over had I done that, but I freaking forgot. This as well. So, you know, not the best team ever. Or not the best builds ever, I guess. But a clear's a clear. And Don Hong. The only thing arguably pay to play here is the freaking this cone, but I mean, it's not that much of a difference maker. Helpful though. Alrighty. That'll have to do it. But just to reiterate before we leave, do you guys think that Anomaly Arbitration should give us Stellar Jades? Yes or no? And maybe why you think, you know, support your argument. Should it or should it not? And if you enjoyed today's video, do not forget to leave a like, comment, and subscribe as we continue to grow the channel. And I will see you all in the next video. Laters.